You remember when God came and Eve had done her thing and Adam had done his thing, and God said, he said, Adam, where are you? Looking for that presence time. And Adam was hiding. And then watch this. Here's where the problem came in. A fall from God's presence. That's what that was. They lost a benefit. You need to look back in your life and find out how many benefits have you lost. See, they lost a benefit. The Bible says that God put them out. Put them out of the garden. All kind of problems came told the serpent, said, okay, now you're going to be Lord and all the other animals. You're going to crawl on the ground. Told the woman. And ladies, you all really don't even understand the depth of the curse he put on y'all. You don't understand the depth of the curse he put on you all. He put a curse on you all. He said, first of all, when you have babies, it's going to hurt. But watch this. This one is even more. He said, watch this. He took man and he gave us these brains. He made you all ladies these double-sided brains. You can use your left side and your right side of your brain. You can use it efficiently. The highways going between your left side and your right side of your brain is like interstate superhighways. He made men, we basically live on the left side. Ladies, that's why you all can be on the phone and stirring the rice, holding the babies, working on the laptop. All at the same time. You can multitask back and forth. And that's why I'll do it in there on that left side of the brain. He got the remote doing one thing and you call him, he can't even hear you. He's doing this one thing. You can't be asking me no questions. I'm trying to put this remote on. The roads going from our left to our right side of our brain up. It's like dirt roads down in the country. Ladies, watch what he did to you all. Watch what he did to you all. God took the smartest one and put the dummy in charge of you. God put the dummy in charge. Gave you the smarts. You know good and well that what's up. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do with our money. You be sitting back going, Lord Jesus, Lord Father. So baby, let's go on vacation. This one's we gonna stay in out, and your mind going, ooh, you're like, oh, that's a bad idea. God took the dummy and put him in charge. And then watch this, he cursed you even further. He said, and you are going to have a desire for his position. See, now you have the basis of all turmoil in the home. That's why before anything even jump off, she already mad because the dummy's in charge. Because in my mind, you shouldn't be in charge. She's thinking, God made y'all smarter, brighter, quicker thinking. You can hold on to things. Oh Lord, y'all can remember stuff. That's lawyers. I'm like, see, when we get in trouble, when we get in trouble, our little left brain, we're sitting there, what you talking about? I didn't do it. I didn't do nothing. See, you just thinking about right now. She can remember when you did it 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago. You did it last week and you forgot you did it last week. And look what God did to his man. I'll show you why he treats you the way he does. God took him and he said, okay, boy. He said, the benefits that I've given you, you were laying up in the Garden of Eden. He says, I'm going to take those away. Watch what God did. God said, the same ground that I made you out of. He says, now you got to go out to that same ground. And you're going to have to work and you're going to sweat. You got to work. Now let me tell you something. The men that are running around today not working. See what you're doing. This is what you're doing. It's like, you remember back in the day when parents could tell their children what to do? Y'all remember? No, you young parents today, no. Y'all ain't running. We're watching y'all ain't running. No, them children running you off. See, the fact that you even having a conversation with them tells you ain't running. You ain't running. You got to explain to them why we going to the store right now. You ain't running nothing. But back in the day, when parents were running things, you need to understand. See, watch it. When a parent would tell you to do something and then you didn't do it and you got in trouble, sometimes they give you grace and they would put you on punishment. Put you on punishment. You should have been killed, but they put you on punishment. Now, what happens if that parent were to come back home and they told you to cut the grass, you didn't cut the grass, they put you in punishment, told you to cut it again, came back home, you still didn't cut it, now you're going to get killed. See, what has happened is God has put man under punishment and said you're going to work by the sweat of your brow. Now when God come back and you're not working, and now you're going to get killed. Watch what he does. God says, the thing that I made you out of, that you came out of, he says, now you're going to have to go out and work that same thing. Take this principle home with you today. The thing that God gives you that you do not appreciate, that blessing will become a burden. Any blessing that you don't appreciate, it will. That's why some of y'all woke up this morning, rolled over, it was a burden on other people. Those children that you ask God for, oh, give me to them, oh, they so cute, they so pretty, look at my blessing. You don't appreciate it. Now you're in court with them, now you're going to get them out of detention. That blessing has become a burden. Any blessing God gives you, that job, that's why you can't stand it now. You begged God for it, you wanted it. Any way you bless me, Lord, I know be satisfied. And then when Lord God give you the blessing, you're not happy with it. Any blessing you don't appreciate will become a burden. Let me get out of this. So man lost his presence. That's why David in Psalms 51 said, Lord, don't take away your presence. Don't take away your presence. I've got to have that presence. That presence is needed. And so he lost our presence with God, and then God took it, put up. I wish I had time to go into it and explain this thing to you. That's a whole week's worth of stuff. I wish I had time. God put some cherubims at the gate, and this light flashing around, this sort of light flashing around. Keep them out, but come back in here. God put some cherubims. See, cherubims are protectors of God's presence. Whenever we act up and get out of our environment, we lose the presence of God, and we can't get back in because there's some cherubims. You remember on the Ark of the Covenant, there was two cherubims on the top, and the word was in there. Always between man and God, between man and word, is cherubims. You don't understand it. Still today in the New Testament, we got some cherubims. Jesus said, you can't get to the Father unless you come by me. And then they that worship him must worship him in spirit. See, there's still two cherubims between man and God. I wish I had time to get deep into that. But listen, watch this now. You need to understand. So they were put out of the garden and lost that presence. And that's what happens to us when we don't understand the benefits of God. We lose the presence of God. Now, when we come back, we got to get it back. How do we get it back? Back to our text, John chapter 15, verse number 7. He says, now, you want it back. You want it back. If you abide, get your environment back, right? I don't care if you have 5 jobs. Your finances are not going to work out if you're not in the right environment. You go back and get all the training you want. If you don't get yourself in the proper environment, you won't be able to meet up with God's